Maybe they'll let you open for Duran Duran there, Sig. It is the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program, coast to coast and border to border, on TuneIn, iTunes, Radio Loyalty, Stitcher, of course, iHeartRadio today, 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com. JiggyJaguar.us is where you'll be able to download our brand new app. Oh, it's going to tick off so many people. And I can track the downloads from the location, so when all my friends in Wichita, Kansas download the app to hear the show so they can come bash me on social media, which is kind of like this horrible cycle that takes place. I don't know why, but it does. And let's see, what else? 50-plus AM FM stations in the big network. Our telephone number, 267-22-JIGGY. And, of course, we've got a studio full today. We've got the DJ that you know. We got Sieg. He's just Sieg now. He's not Kevin Sieg. He's not Electric Grandpa. He's not... you're not any of those people.
You're the real deal today.
You're just the real deal. That's all you are. Jesus Christ. No, you're not Jesus Christ today. You're just Sieg. And we're using the lights today because it's storming outside. It's like storming Norman Schwarzkopf or something, buddy. That's a history lesson for people. There's a lot of folks in these. There's a lot of these folks in the Wichita rock and roll community that don't know who Norman Schwarzkopf is because they didn't bother to ever pick up a book. They're too busy out getting their prison tattoos, and they're reading their blogs and calling up community access radio stations and reporting nasty things about me. It's just been a fun week. Today here on Radio Xenu, we've got a show we're going to be talking about on Friday at the Rusty Needle. We've got one of the bands in studio. We'll talk to them. You're here, Mr. Sig, to spread holiday cheer. And and you brought your own sound effects, which is fantastic. And then we've got a DJ with us today who's going to mix and match and trade with his friends and do all that stuff. I am totally uncool, so I could never be like a DJ that does the wiki thing. I could never do that. The turntables. I can go down the street, chew bubblegum at the same time. Find matching socks in the morning. I couldn't man two turntables. It wouldn't work. Our Facebook page has been attacked. So, yes, shocking as it is, by the rock and rollers. So we will, we are going to put something new together very soon for the Sunday radio show. And so, Kevin, let's do this. You have music. I'm going to let you do your thing while I get my setup for my DJ. So if you want to go ahead and do your first, as they used to call them back in my day, your first lick. I don't know what that was. Now they call them beats.
Oh, beats, okay.
But or gigs or I don't know what they call them. You know what's so funny is I try so hard to be I try to sound so uncool and I'm not. And I sit here going, you know what they're saying. You're not an idiot, even though you act like you are. Sieg, go ahead and trying to get situated. You didn't think you were going to get called on this early in class, I assume.
Wrong beat.
Wrong beat. I'm ready to go. There we are. Go. Okay. audio feedback. Got a backup mic right here. That whole thing. That's it. Little Christmas cheer. Thank you, Kevin. We've got Sieg with us today here on our big broadcast, coast to coast and border to border. Thanks for tuning in to the big broadcast from the KJAG Radio Studios in Edison, Kansas, Monday through Friday, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard, and each and every Sunday on RadioZenu.com from 2 to 5 Central, 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com. Our brand new app coming very soon, JiggyJaguar.us. Selected editions will be on iHeartRadio and 50-plus AM FM stations, such as our good friends at Casper, Wyoming at K-Rocks Radio, and our good friends at KFRK in Denver, Colorado. Sieg with us today. We've also got my man in the building, the DJ you know. Forget about what you've heard. Forget about ferrets and jello fights. Forget about, let's see, dogs and Sanders. What's I haven't done these in a long time, so there he is. He is. It's like watching the Watchers. He's got a camera on him, and he's got a camera on us, and it is it's the power of video and audio. Getting it in. And then, of course, we've got our good friend Brody. He's brought his a band that he's in today. They're going to be playing at the world-famous Rusty Needle this next weekend. But DJ, what do you have for us over there, brother? I think you're the either turn the mic on or the mic's on somewhere. There it is.
I'm not picking up.
You're not picking up? There we are. Maybe. It's on? Okay. That would help on my end if I would actually turn the cordless mics on. See, it's I need a producer. That's what I need over here. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Still not.
There we are. I got you. I hear you in my headphones. So that's good. And if I can hear you in my headphones, the world can hear you. So that's fantastic.
What up, brother? It's your boy DJ. You know who?
DJ, you know who in the building. You are making things happen. You and I last week had a hell of a Sunday. We had a hell of a Sunday. I go in to and this is a little behind the scenes, a little inside baseball. I go in to help program K-Sun Radio, KYOM down there in Wichita, Kansas. And while I'm there, the general manager, I guess you would say, has been handed a blog of a comment that that got photoshopped in with my picture and my name. And I've always heard of these people who believe everything they read on the internet. And I'm like, nobody knows these people. I met one last Sunday. He seen this on the internet. And he's like, well, it's got your name and your photo attached to it, so it must be true. So I had to conduct a 25-minute class on how you Photoshop people's comments on Facebook. How you take things that aren't there and make them real so people believe them. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. And then you come in to talk, and they have supposedly surveillance footage of you in the parking lot doing illegal drugs.
Right. This is what I'm told.
This is what you're told. You asked to see the footage, and they're like, oh, we don't need to show you the footage.
Right. Like, can I see this? You know what I'm like,
we don't need to show you the footage.
Really going on
Where
here?
are these cameras?
Right?
These folks can't handle their own Facebook page. So how are they going to produce surveillance footage of you in a parking lot somewhere? Something else is that I've known a lot of people who have either, done drugs, smoked cigarettes, done whatever, and drank a beer at work, whatever. They don't do it where the cameras are.
Right?
They don't do this stuff in public. So even if you were to do that, you're not going to go into the parking lot, especially the parking lot of K-Sun is located in a church parking lot. They share a parking lot with a local church. Like, you're going to go On Sunday, even. This is another thing. I said you caught you on Sunday doing this.
And I'm like, can I see that footage?
Can I see that footage?
I'll wait.
We don't need to show you that footage.
Still waiting.
It's kind of like Bigfoot. Bigfoot exists. Can I see the footage? No. He just exists. Loch Ness Monster exists. Can I see the footage? No. We just know that he exists because it was on the internet. Somebody posted it. So obviously it's true. It's like all these links that I keep seeing of Tupac is alive and lives in the Caribbean. And has lived in the Caribbean for 18 years. Or another one of my favorites is Kurt Cobain is still alive. He's working at a diner somewhere. Or Elvis. I'm like, what? Bat Boy from the National Enquirer or whatever. He's around. He's hanging out. So So you and I had a witch hunt last week. They warmed up on me by calling me everything from a racist to well, and this is what's so much fun about this whole thing is that this article that this Miko Hayes guy put out is about the fact that I'm this big racist. Well, I've talked to in fact, what's funny, and ironically it ties into our next guest. The band that we have in studio today that's going to be playing at the Rusty Needle next week, Mike, who owns the Rusty Needle, when this whole blog thing first came out, he goes, you've got more black friends than you have white friends. So it's like, what? I don't understand the whole deal, but apparently I'm this big racist. Let's see, what's the other thing that this article implies? I'm a racist, I'm too cheap, and I'm an asshole. And I won't dispute the asshole part. But the thing is, as they say, they say that I'm too cheap to pay to get into bars to see live music. I spent an awful lot of money back in Salina, Kansas at the Blue Goat. And I seen an awful lot of bad music that I paid for. And I feel bad that I paid for it. So if you're going to call me cheap, that's fine. But let's say yesterday I took my girlfriend, her daughter, and my mother, and we went to Salina, Kansas and spent the entire day, and I dropped about $150. And I didn't buy a damn thing for me. But I'm too cheap. Last summer, here in Hutch, for Concerts for a Cause, I spent between $4,000 to $5,000 for the entire summer series, plus McPherson. Because I didn't want to cancel the shows and everybody had gigs booked. Yeah, I'm real cheap. I'm a racist. That's why we have a black DJ sitting on the couch right now. I'm a gigantic racist.
It's so about to go down.
over here too.
See? I'm this giant racist.
I didn't really see only white sign. If I would have seen that, I wouldn't even be here.
There it is. You and the DJ would be hanging out on the porch right now. Yeah. This is the craziest thing in the world. So what we've decided is, since they won a war, we're going to give it to them. So one of the things that we're going to start doing, which is, to me, and the musicians in this room are going to... And what are you doing with the troll? I look off here, and you're primping the troll's hair.
In the whole point of the troll to have messed up hair, like...
Well, we are talking about internet trolls, so you might as well play with a real troll. But so here's basically what's getting ready to go down, kids. And ironically, this is going to help a lot of musicians, and they're going to be so angry that I'm going to do this. I'm planning on one of the big problems that they have, that these Wichita rock and roll guys have, is that I'm interviewing all these bands that are coming into Wichita to play at the Lizards Lounge and the Elbow Room. Oh my God, I'm stealing their bands and I'm interviewing their bands. So I'm going to provide exposure to those bands. And I'm going to help them promote their gigs in Wichita. So essentially, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to interview or try to interview every single band that comes to Wichita that's going to play those two venues. This is going to anger the guy who runs and books the venues. When in a roundabout way, I'm helping the bands get more exposure, and I'm bringing more people to his bar. But it's going to anger him something terrible. So that's what we're getting ready to do. So that's the plan. We're going to let him be angry. He basically is an angry gentleman to begin with. If you get a chance, that's awesome. If you get a chance, and I'm going to try to figure out how to screenshot this, because of course this would be fantastic to post publicly for everyone to see that hasn't seen it. This promoter, one night, this was before I booted him off my Facebook page because I was tired of the negativity and the bad grammar. And the no punctuation and all that.
That's all the internet is.
That's all the internet is, my friend. Well, he went on this big rant. I had posted a video on my personal Facebook page of a video that someone made of Darth Vader versus Batman. It's pretty cool. It has nothing to do with what he was arguing with me over, but he spent an entire evening arguing with me over and over and over, calling me all sorts of names. I would report back to him and was like, well, you know, and I was just talking to him in a civil manner, using proper grammar and punctuation. And then at the end, he had a coherent thought, and I said, thank you. I think we're making progress. And at the end, his next comment was, will you keep being a butt munch? And I'm like, well, I guess my work's done here. So we just left it up there for everybody.
Basically, he gave up the argument so he'd be an asshole.
So that's pretty much what's going on in my world. It is 28 minutes after the hour. Kevin, you have Christmas music you're playing today, or what are you doing today here? You're just chilling?
Big up to Kev, he nice with it too. Nice on them keys. I gotta give you that salute.
You're nice on the keys. He likes your keys. He likes your playing, your musicianship, which I know this last year a lot of people haven't really given you a lot of credit, and I apologize for that. There's a lot of people that have Kevin's own a controversial gentleman himself. I think everybody in this room is controversial today. Everybody but Brody, because he's a choir boy. But Kevin today, let's see, about a year ago, we'll say a year ago, I'm telling him the story about your Concerts for a Cause appearance. Kevin made an appearance at Concerts for a Cause. Fantastic little appearance that it was. He played war protest songs on our night where we honored the veterans.
At the end of it, the song, I said, freedom of speech, First Amendment, I said, kids, don't join the Army. And they freaked out.
And there was a bunch of Army veterans in the crowd that were mad as shit.
They already joined. It was this save the children.
Flaming in there.
They come unglued. And they start telling me, what the hell is this guy doing? And I'm like, Of course. On the night where we honor our veterans, he says something that ticks off the veterans.
Was that the cause that day, the veterans?
Well, see, your message was lost through that whole
You
thing.
missed it, didn't you? I thought you said the vets' children.
It was
No
completely
army
lost.
age, you know, things happen when you join the army. Not good.
So,
Big business, big business.
that's pretty much what it is. Now, Kevin has done all sorts of things this last year. He's been a blues guy. He was the electric grandpa for a while, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a wrestling gimmick. It sounds like electric grandpa versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, Texas. Which actually, I give you the slight edge because Hogan's got a bad back.
Actually, I heard Electric Grandpa's pretty strong.
That's right. There it is, the elbow, the Dusty Rhodes elbow. There you go.
You might want to throw the Undertaker in there, man.
So we've got that. We're going to do this. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we are going to talk to our, would you guys be considered a heavy metal band? A rock band?
Heavy metal.
Let's hope you're heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
I haven't had a real good experience the last couple of weeks with rock bands. So, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we will chat with our heavy metalers, as Ross Long used to say. I also got thrown out of the Muse Ballroom last night. We'll talk about that. Oh, yes. Johnny Kim, the secret Asian man. Ooh, Ziggy. Well, we'll talk about him. And we'll talk to our heavy metalers when we come back here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar.